Welcome back, Short Kings. Today we finally have some good news. Some great games are coming to Extra, and we're here to tell you the ratings and runtime. Now, last year this time we got Devil May Cry 5 for January, and February was arguably our best month all year. So Sony continues the tradition of front-loading the best offerings. Maybe first quarter is more important to them than September. Who knows? Long story short, we're finally getting some good games that have been on my list personally. So let's get right to it. Resident Evil 2, the remake. Resident Evil 2. This remake is one of the highest offerings we've got. It got a 91 Metacritic and needs no introduction. Between this and Final Fantasy VII, I hope the trend continues of making modern versions of N64 era games. This game features modernized controls, enhanced visuals, and redesigned environments while retaining the core elements of the original. It's survival horror at its best. The game received widespread critical success from gamers and critics. Everyone loved the tense gameplay, updated mechanics, its atmospheric design, and its faithfulness to the original while still delivering a fresh, unique experience. While it came out in 2019, which seems like last year, PS5 owners are happy to hear that an updated version for the PS5 came out in 2022, including, amongst other things, a performance mode for those who can run 120 on their monitors. Finally. I'm gonna be honest, I stopped doing these hype for the new games videos because they were lacking, and now we finally got a good one, so yay. Next up on the list is one that's been on my personal wish list for a while. Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. If you don't know Tiny Tina, she's an NPC from the Borderlands universe, a little girl who loves to blow things up. These games are from her perspective. Dungeon Master Tina loves tabletop role-playing games and imaginative storytelling to make the bad guys and the world seem more interesting to her. Kind of like how Like a Dragon took the Yakuza formula and went full Dragon Quest with its turn-based fighting, which replaced the original style of the game. Sadly here, it's still a shooter-looter. I kind of wish they went full blast and made it turn-based somehow, but that's just me. It does have a character creator and a charming top-down overworld that takes you away from the running and gunning for a little bit, so it's not like they didn't try. Now, I played Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep DLC, which was a monthly game a few years ago, but that was technically a Borderlands 2 DLC and not a full game. Tiny Tina's Wonderlands is an entire standalone game, not an expansion, and it's based more on Borderlands 3. Tiny Tina is the Dungeon Master, and it features a whimsical and fantastical element that departs from the Borderlands universe while keeping the same art style and the guns we love. If you never played any of these games, prepare for insane amount of guns, wackiness, laughing, and silliness. We got serious comedic geniuses in here, from Will Arnett, Andy Samberg, and Wanda Sykes. It may not be the best game on the list, but you're gonna have fun playing it. And it even runs solidly at 100 FPS. Next is one of my favorite franchises. Speaking of silly, it's Just Cause 3. Wait, wasn't this one already on here? I swear I saw it last year. Anyway, if you haven't played any of these games, it's basically GTA, Far Cry, and Spider-Man rolled into one game. They are ridiculously fun. They feature over-the-top 90s action hero set pieces, but they do tend to get repetitive with the core gameplay mechanic of blowing things up. I played 3 and 4 back-to-back with my own money, and 3 is generally seen as the superior one. You are Rico Rodriguez, set to overthrow a dictator and help the rebellion. It's a just cause. Or you like blowing things up just cause. I love this series from the beginning, and I used to use the Bolo mod on Just Cause 2 to have super strong grapples and would hook up planes to trees and watch the craziness ensue. I'm happy that starting from 3 onwards, they went with the modders versus against them and made that a core part of the ridiculous gameplay. It's a sandbox open world destruction super action hero simulator. It's not going to win any awards on storytelling or innovation, but it sure is fun to play. Hardspace Shipbreaker. Do you like working? Hard labor? Do you like coming home from your work and playing a game that simulates hard labor for a boss you hate? If you like power wash simulator type games and cleaning up, with the added bonus of being in space, you're in luck because we have Hardspace Shipbreaker. The job involves disassembling decommissioned spacecrafts with your laser cutter and salvaging the pieces for profits. It's just what you would expect. Floating around in 6-axis 0G while the environment and your own action could cause catastrophic accidents and kill you. Or even worse, damage the spacecraft and cut into your boss's profits. As you upgrade, you get better tools and become more efficient. Kind of like Power Wash Simulator. While critics said the gameplay loop gets repetitive very fast and the non-skippable audio logs get annoying, the simulation of space physics and the deconstruction of the ships through bomb diffusing precision was praised. It's worth a try if you're not busy playing the above titles. Lego City Undercover. The Lego games are always fun, whether it's Marvel, Harry Potter, or any of the other huge IPs. But this one is different. It's over 10 years old at this point, and it was the first to try to tell a unique story story without relying on a popular IP. It's juvenile and full of pop culture references. It's GTA for kids. Fun, wacky, silly, and Legos. It's pretty old. How old? Well, this was supposed to be a Wii U exclusive. There's not much more to say about the game. It's familiar gameplay if you've played a Lego game, has great story and collectibles that will keep you busy for a long time. It got decent reviews when it came out and is great for younger audiences. You can't say we didn't get variety this month because up next we got a skateboarding game too. There's something for everybody this time around. Shadow Tactics, Blades of the Shogun. This one kind of reminds me of Nine Monkeys. It's feudal Japan, so we're already winning here. It's a real-time tactics game set during the Edo period. We have access to a group of skilled assassins, each with their own unique abilities and specialties. You work together to stay in stealth and execute cover missions, solve puzzles, sabotage, and eliminate targets without getting detected. The game requires careful planning, strategy, and coordination between the different characters to complete the mission. It's punishing, but if you stick with it, it'll be rewarding. The game's tactical complexity, engaging story, and the satisfaction of executing successful stealth missions were praised as its strongest aspect. It's not for everyone, but a little niche will love it. Sessions Skate Sim. This one is a weird one. If you go in here expecting Tony Hawk, your muscle memory might work against your favor. But if you've ever skateboarded in real life, the controls might be a bit more intuitive and might actually make sense to you. For example, you turn with the trigger buttons instead of the sticks. It's quite the learning curve that will turn away a lot of casual players, but skaters will appreciate its intricacies. Also, if you're used to superhuman skateboarding combos from Tony Hawk, well, you're lucky to even pull off a pop shove it in this one. Some tricks might actually be easier to do in real life for some people than in the game. It's a simulator, so it's a win-lose depending on what your background is. It's got some stiff competition in the skating world, but hey, at least it beat out a few Tony Hawk games. Vampire Masquerade, Swan Song. Yeah, we're gonna skip this one. If a vampire title doesn't have blood in the title, you just skip it. Surviving the Aftermath. Yeah, I'm gonna skip this one too. No one's gonna watch that. Anyway, the video started off strong though. How do you feel about this month's offering? They got something for everybody. Survival horror, space, action adventure, RPG. They even have games for skater boys and people who like bad games too. I'm personally excited for Tiny Tina. I'll watch anything that has Bojack/Job in it. What are you gonna play? Until next time, be a friend and I'll see you again.